zones I made in that much as 160 feet. They say he keep on evolving. How you so steady with it? They say he had pockets swollen. You gotta show me the shit. I'm gonna tell you how
Yo, what's good, YouTube? It's your boy Talking with 10 from Rack 2, top 10 best horror animes you must watch. There's gonna be a lot of blood, killing, all that shit in this anime. Alright, but let's get into it.
Back to the channel. For today, we got for you quite the thrilling subject with all these new thriller and horror shows we prepared just for you. This list will include some gore and scary content too, so carry on at your own discretion. You have been warned. So before we start, I would appreciate it if you guys would like, subscribe, and press on that bell icon to keep yourself notified of all our latest new videos. And of course, be aware of the following spoilers.
Damn! Them niggas head? Oh, hell no.
Coming in number 10 is Castlevania. Anyone here should already know this show and how good it is. And those who might not know the show should at least know about the iconic games of Castlevania. The show is also loosely based on the game's events, with the main character being a Belmont. Of course, not just any Belmont, Trevor Belmont, featuring also one of the most iconic characters in the series, Alucard, the son of Vlad Dracula Tepes. The show begins like the games with the death of the wife of Dracula, and things go downhill from there, with Dracula promising all humans death and destruction and delivering it 1 year later in the most horrifying and gruesome way. Belmont, Alucard, and a speaker magician, Sifapanides, now must put an end to this bloody path the evil vampire is on. Coming in at number 9 is Higurashi When They Cry. Sotsu. Oh, just look at these cute innocent girls.
That anime is so horrible. Like, it's good and all, but these niggas kill the fuck out of each other every episode. I'm like, god damn, because it's fucking cursed, bro. I don't know, like, bro, if you into that type shit, you can watch it. Like, I watched it myself and I didn't like it.
Butterfly, wouldn't you think? They even seem kinda cute. Well, just like the saying goes, don't judge a book by its cover. Exactly. Same rule applies for these girls. This show is highly notorious for how messed up and weird it can get.
Bro, Shai was killing the fuck out of everybody.
You're stuck in a never-ending time loop where you keep dying over and over and over again, and again. Despair, anger, hate, all these feelings will surface in this series, and those innocent children you meet are no longer there. They will become something else. Natural-born killers that will keep on killing until they are content. Coming in at number 8 is Vampire in the Garden. People grow weary of wars and tired of all the senseless death and bloodshed. In the battle for survival, there can be no winners. This is what Momo and Fine the Vampire Queen realized. Even though everyone else deserted them and are now actually hunting them as traitors of their own races. All they want in this is peace. And all they are looking for is the land of Eden, a promised land for those of human and vampires alike, who are weary of all the blood and death. Will these two actually find it? Does it even exist? Tune in and find out for yourself. Coming in at number 7 is B, The Beginning. If you live for thrill and mystery, then this show is definitely what you are looking for. On the islands of Cremona, a vigilante runs amok. Celebrated by some and hunted by others, the notorious Killer Bee takes justice into his own hands. Armed with a sharp blade and superhuman abilities, unable to apprehend this renegade, the Royal Investigation Services, or the RIS, calls upon the expertise of Keith Flick. This Killer Bee is all about being mysterious. What are his motives? His reasonings for killing these people? What is he after? And what does the B stand for? All these questions will be answered throughout the episodes, one at a time. Coming in at number 6 is a Djinn Demi-Human. After the discovery of supernatural beings that can't seem to die, humanity went on high alert on the lookout for those beings they now call a Djinn. They can be anyone around you.
Oh yeah. I watched this show on Netflix, bro. This shit was so good.
The tricky thing about these Djinn is that they can't be easily identified. The only means of identifying them is if someone went through a deadly situation and didn't die because of it. So much for Truck-kun isekaiing someone in the show. The main character Kay is hit by that Truck-kun, and instead of going to a land where he builds his own beautiful harem full of girls, he discovers the dark truth of him being a Djinn all along. Coming in at number 5 is Paranoia Agent. Paranoia Agent is one of Satoshi Kon's masterpieceful works. Satoshi Kon is the genius behind the mind-bending psychological horror Perfect Blue. This show is no different from it. Not one bit. I swear, Kon has just created these shows on purpose to fuck with the audience. The catalyst of this show is Tsukiko Sagi, the creator of the plushie Maromi. One day, she is attacked by Shonen Bat, an enigmatic persona with golden glider skates and a broken golden bat. At first, the police and the detectives on the case think it was a made-up lie by her, until everyone else around the city began to be attacked by that same persona. Who is he? Is he even real? How come they are never able to see his face? Coming in at number 4 is Claymore. Even though this show is more of a gore type than it is horror, it still has a lot of horror aspects to it, which gave it its place on this list.
God damn! Ate the fuck out that nigga!
And revenge. With Claire avenging her sister and mentor after being betrayed and killed by yet one of her own, this show is all about the hack and slash with lots of terrifying monsters and powerful beings standing in the way of Claire. Coming in at number 3 is Shadow's House. This anime is very much not what it looks like. These children are inflicted with a disease that causes them to have their bodies covered in black and appear to have no faces. That is why these shadow...
My homie told me to watch this shit, and I didn't want to fuck with it because like, I ain't like it for some dumbass reason, but like, I never saw it, so I may have to look into it because it looks kind of interesting.
Children are granted a doll that looks like them. If they didn't have the shadow condition, that's what they would look like. Their job is to learn how to communicate with their shadows before the debut event, which is a grand event where shadows finally debut into society with their dolls. As per the dolls, their job is to clean the rooms from the soot their shadow masters emit before it turns to, well, something else. There is a lot of questions and things to discover in this show, and it's worth the watch.
The hell? Oh, hell no!
Coming in number 2 is Miruko-chan. Just imagine that you have the ability to see ghosts.
Oh yeah.
Long,
this shit was hella funny, bro.
Scary
It was funny and
it's
creepy
one
at the same
hell of
time.
a frustrating life for this poor girl, especially when it comes with the fact that she must always remain stoic and unflinching whenever she sees the spirits.
I know, because that
raise
is so
their
weird.
attention to
Like,
the
bro, you
fact that
cannot
she can
react or
see
anything.
them.
They
They
know
definitely
you're
have the
around.
tendency to harm
They
her
know you
if
can
they
see
do.
them.
And that is exactly why she must remain uncaring all the time and cold. Because no one knows what could go wrong if they knew about her power. Frankly speaking, the jump scares in the show are more like directed toward the audience rather than directed towards Mirko as a person. For her sake and the safety of everyone around her, she will need to keep up her act as long as ghosts are in the vicinity. It can be funny too at times, but overall it is quite horrifying to be watched all day by such beings. And before we go into our number 1 pick for the day, I would like to remind you of our Patreon membership and all the special content that you would be able to access over at it. So go ahead and check it out. The link will be, as usual, in the description below. Alright, back to the number 1 spot. And number 1 goes to The Promised Neverland.
Bro, hold on, bro. Promised Neverland was so fucked up. I ain't gonna hold you, bro. Like, these niggas are fucking raised to be kids, but they're just raised to be food, bro. To be sold by these fucking monsters as food. Like, what the hell? Basically like hell. And they try to escape and shit. Like, I don't know, bro. If you have never watched Promised Neverland, I advise you to go watch it, bro, because it's a good-ass anime, even though it might be scary, but it's very good, trust me.
Show poster, you can immediately realize that something weird is going on here. The examples and red flags keep going on, and the further you go into the series, the more you know about what is going on in the show. The Promised Neverland is a horror thriller story of food trying to run for their lives. Oop, sorry, I meant children. Apparently in this world, these orphanages are created for a much more sinister reason than you think. In this show, and as our dear Aaron Yeager said it, they're raising children like pigs for slaughter. The children there are just all so oblivious to all that is going on around them. Watch as they discover the harsh reality they were thrown into and how they manage to protect themselves from those who wish to harm them. I hope you guys enjoyed this video as much as I had fun making it for you. I would appreciate it if you guys would
like I said, always a good video. But like, really, bro, let's talk about something. I've been reacting to top 10s anime shits on this channel for a minute now. I'm trying to find more videos to react to. I just don't know what to react to. So mostly, like, I'm going to probably be reacting to top 10 animes, new anime gens, mostly anime shit. I will try to find something that is funny and good. That way y'all can start being more interested into my videos and shit. But I guess we will see. If you like this video, make sure you hit that like, comment, subscribe.